On today's episode of Six Pack Cinema, we are talking about Liam Neeson's most recent revenge and action movie called Cold Pursuit. It's got a body count of 25 people. Let's get into this one. Did you guys know that?
No,
No, I didn't realize that.
They put every name on the screen.
I loved it. Yeah.
Okay, I've had a couple. Good review.
All right, what's up? Thank you for joining us. This is Six Pack Cinema. My name is Jimmy. I'm with John and Dave, as always, and today we're reviewing Cold Pursuit. So either you just saw Cold Pursuit, you want to hear a little bit about it, and you found us. We thank you for joining. Or you're a regular listener, we thank you as always. How this works is we're going to give our gut reaction to the movie. We're going to talk about it, what we liked, what we didn't like. Then we are going to rate it with a popcorn score and a critical score. And then we got some other things that we do. But let's dive right in. Dave, you go first, because I think I know where John's saying on this one.
It was not what I expected going into this movie at all. It's not good. Of all the movies this year, this is definitely the one that has a kid driving a snowplow past his dead dad as the climax. I can say that about it.
Yeah, that's...
This movie is not enjoyable.
Okay, if I had to guess right now, I would say John is going to be on the complete other side of the coin. Let's hear what John has to say.
This was not what I expected. I expected a low-toned, average Liam Neeson movie about, personal vendetta, but it turned into this all-out mob war with body counts and people dying in horrific fashions. It was amazing. I was so pleasantly surprised by this whole thing.
I don't really know what to make of this movie, but I liked it.
Bam. Suck it, Dave.
For what it was. Like, this was Taken. Like, this was a revenge movie with such weird bits of comedy added in that I'm guessing Dave didn't find funny or found more corny than funny. Like, the son driving the snowplow past his dad was them making a joke. Yeah. Like, this blended satire and revenge movies. Like, the guy still in the air.
Yeah, no, that was like, I laughed at that point. I liked the satirical parts. I just felt like they didn't lean into them enough. It tried too hard to be both, and it failed at being either one, in my opinion.
No, I mean, Viking, the whole time, he was a comic book character, a villain.
Oh, he lowers 10 points on my score alone. And if he doesn't win a Razzie for worst performance, then
but he was so over the top. It was terrible. I know that.
I liked him too because it was so over the top and like.
Oh
funny.
No, it was. He was in bad.
Like the comedic movie.
No, he was so bad. Like the role was comedic. A vegan, juice drinking, morals abiding killer. Psychopath. Like, that was a comedic role, but I thought I read a review somewhere, I think it was on Reddit, where someone said it was as if he spent so much time trying to perfect that dumb accent that he forgot every other aspect of acting. And that's how I feel like if you closed your eyes and he was doing a cartoon version of a Batman villain, it would have been absolutely perfect. Well, I wrote down one of his quotes because it fucking made me laugh so bad. In a bad way. Those Indians, they're always wanting more because they think the turf was theirs all along. That's what it was. It was so bad. I was like, holy shit. How did the director allow this to happen for the whole movie? He was hands down my least favorite.
Yeah, no, he wasn't supposed to be good. It just played in the whole movie.
Like over the top.
No, but the whole movie was like that. It was like, oh, I thought
no, that's not true. Serious. The whole movie was good actors playing, like, acting well, and then there were subtle jokes.
Yeah,
around that. It wasn't like a whole. He was the only person that was a whole character was a cartoon.
Exactly. He was the most extreme part of everything. He was like a polar end of the whole spectrum. If you want to anchor them with the crazy parts of him, he is the anchor. 10 points alone, sure. But I'll give that to you for that one scene alone where he's just swinging his wife. It looked like he's never swung his fist in his life.
He's terrible. Everything about him was not
that one scene was just so like it made me gasp at how bad it was.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
It was like the one take, like yeah, sure, that'll work. Let's go.
I wanted to run down the names of the dead in this movie because they put them on the screen.
The nicknames,
along with their religion, which I like. When he was killed, he was a hippie.
Wait, they put I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they had like Stars of David or crosses, and his was a peace symbol.
Oh, wow. Whose was? Liam
no, Viking. Oh,
that's funny. I didn't pick up on those. I loved the titles. At first, I was like, what is this? It's so weird. And then when they kept coming up after every death, I was like, this is funny.
This is awesome.
But yeah, it's like the Simpson rake joke. Where like the first one, you're like, all right, whatever. And then it kind of gets annoying. And then by the end, it happens so much, you can't help but laugh at it. And
then at the end shootout, when they had 9 guys on screen all at once, that was pretty good. I like that.
It was great. I love that.
Here are the names. We got Kyle, which was his son.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle led to Speedo. Well, Kyle led to Dante, who led to Speedo, who led to Limbo, who led to Santa. Tonto got killed, which led to Eskimo being paid to kill Viking, but Viking killed Eskimo. And then in turn, Viking killed Wingman because he had Eskimo paid to kill Viking. And then Dexter got shot because he said they should just apologize to the Indians. And then Dante got overdosed. Sly died. Nick Bone brought the head. He died. Janitor Chuck died. That was weird. And then at the end of the shootout, you had Thorpe, War Dog, Smoke, Palamine, Little Man, Growbar, Shiv, Windex, Rushmore, Scalp, Andy, and Weatherman. And then at the end, Viking dies. You can't say that for many action movies. Like, here's the dead people and all their names. It's kind of a cool, unique thing. I like that.
Unique is the right word.
I liked it too.
Did you, Dave?
Yeah, because that was on like the wacky corner, like satirical side of it.
I know.
Did you like
which
how?
Is what I liked.
Did you like how quickly it got into it?
Yes.
Yes, right away. It was like 5 minutes in, and his son was already dead.
Yep. Yeah, and then he was already on his mission. He found, what was the first guy's name?
Speedo.
I like the funny parts. There were probably like less than 10 for me, but they were so weird.
Yeah.
Like when he's about to kill himself with his rifle in his mouth, and Dante, his son's friend, pops out of the corner, and then the rifle stuck to his lip because it's cold, and then he has to unstick his lip to the rifle. Like, what a weird, subtle joke to plan.
Yeah. Unless it was an accident, because that doesn't happen.
Yeah. The other one, I'm going to go through those. The other one was the whole Elway versus Manning thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that never got a payoff, though. He asked it of, like, the one guy. It was, like, a kind of recurring thing, and then he just dropped it. I thought he was going to ask it of, like, the kid or ask it of Viking or something.
No, it was because that was on the radio when he was driving to the wedding shop.
Yeah, he just heard it. He turned the car off before the answer.
It was fresh in his mind. No, he said, "Oh God," because I think he's an Elway fan. No, he thinks Manning's right.
No,
he thinks Elway because he mumbles under his breath. It's Elway.
Yeah, but I thought Limbo chose.
No, yeah, he did. Like, and I thought it was going to be like this thing where kind of like No Country for Old Men, where he flips the coin. I thought this was just going to be him like going around and asking these people.
I wouldn't have liked that.
Could have been. Yeah, I would have liked that.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have. I'd like that it was just like that was the last thing he heard, so he asked that.
And I think it was him trying himself out as a serial killer. He was
okay.
Because it was the very like movie thing to do. And he's like, all right, well, I'm leaning into this little role I've got myself. I think that was part of it.
The next moment was like him and that guy named Santa were laying on the snowplow just laughing, and then he just like, ha, 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 boom, blows his brains out.
Because he was winded. It was great.
Yeah.
The fact that I was hoping he was saying like, yeah, man, I've killed 3 guys today. Like, cut me a break.
The most like gut-wrenching scene in the movie, I think, also came with my biggest like chuckle, is when his Dom from Entourage is gay with Dexter, And Dexter's like, you should just apologize for killing the Indian. Say it's sorry, write him a note. And he's like, what do you want me to do? So he kills him. Then Dom from Entourage has to watch his lover die. So like you're like, holy shit, what a moment. And then in that, he shoots the inflatable. So the guy starts sinking. Gave me a really good chuckle. Like, what is this movie?
I liked the Native American mob had an actual Indian guy in it. That they're always like, saying, oh, just make the Indian do it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
What was up with the skiing at the end? Can someone explain that to me?
They're having a good time.
They
were waiting.
Go to a resort and have a snowball fight.
No, like the guy who like went with the parachute, and they're like, "Do you know what your mission is?" And he was like, "To find the white kid." And then he was still flying in the air at the end.
What? No, they asked if he knew how to fly, and he said he was born to fly.
Yeah, and he didn't know because he was stuck in the air.
Yeah,
for hours.
It was very stupid.
It was very funny.
What? No. I don't get it still.
There's nothing to get. It's just a bad movie.
Yeah, they were just hanging out waiting for the Viking crew to show up, essentially, because they had the phone call from Dexter. They were working with Dexter ever since Dexter's lover got killed. So they were waiting on him to show up. And so there was still time.
I don't get why they went to the resort.
Dexter was the lover.
Okay, so Dexter's lover, whoever that guy is.
Yeah. He had a nickname, but I forget what it was.
Me too. But I don't get why they went to the resort, because the resort had nothing to do with any of the murders or Dexter or anyone else. They just went to this resort to like have a snowball fight.
Kehoe is a shithole town with nothing there but this one resort. They don't have a motel. They don't have a hotel. The only place to go to stay is this one resort. That's it.
Nah, it was dumb.
How is it dumb? There was what other option? Do you think they want to plant teepees in the stone and wait? That'd be racist.
No, that's racist of you to say that.
Why wouldn't they just go to the resort?
I'm going to listen to this line of dialogue real quick to clear something up.
Sure you done this before? Born to fly, white boy.
You're right. Sure you done this before? I was born to fly, white boy.
Yeah.
So they're just having fun?
Yeah.
Having a good time.
They're just having fun. It's the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it's quality. They're just dicking around.
That doesn't make any sense. What you know who really didn't make any sense? The police. They shouldn't have been in the movie. Emmy Rossum and the other guy.
The whole reason why the girl was there was just be as a tool to narrate to us what was going on. That's all her whole purpose.
But I didn't need her to help. I was like, oh, now we have to watch.
Don't tell.
Yeah, I have to watch them get caught up when I already know. You know what I mean? Like that would be a big thing. Like scrap that entirely. I love Emmy Rossum. She's one of my favorites, but what did they bring to the table? Like in the end, I thought they were going to be involved in the shootout. They were going to play a role somehow. They didn't do anything.
No, they just waved the kid driving a snowplow by.
Yeah.
At a shootout. That was their role. It was awful. Anytime their scenes came on, it sucked what little energy had built up out of the room, I felt like.
Well,
they were just like catching up on shit we already saw. It's not even like they were getting new information.
I liked the first scene just because I liked the line where she was going to arrest someone or give someone a ticket for smoking weed, and he was like, we live in a resort town. People come here to ski, fuck, and get high. And we just need to keep them safe. And I was like, that's a good way to think about his job. I was with him. Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. What are some other things that we have to talk about? Like, did you I liked how Liam Neeson's character, his son died, and the Indian character, his son Tonto died. So they both wanted to kidnap Viking's son.
Yeah.
Well,
I liked how
Liam Neeson's was to like kidnap the son so he could get to Viking, where I'm forgetting the Native American mobster's name, but he wanted to kill the son. Yeah, but a son for a son.
The son became a target for both of them, which I thought was a good like to drive the plot to like a climax
all together
or whatever. Yeah, to mix it together. I'd like when I realized that's what was happening, I was like, that's cool. I like that.
And it brought Viking out to save his son. So the whole thing was about 3 guys with their sons and 2 mob bosses and 1 plow driver, which was
Who was the son of another mob guy.
Yeah, the fact that this plow driver like started a complete mob war is amazing. Just one of those small town guys. It's a good story.
He was a killer. Like, we didn't really know much about his background, but he killed pretty easily. He wrapped him in fishnet and threw him in the ocean.
Because he read a crime novel, he said.
Yeah.
Well, and like it's pretty clear his brother and his dad were both like in the mob too.
No, not his dad, just his brother.
No, his brother said that he went into the family business while Liam Neeson's guy became a snowplow driver.
Okay.
So the family business is clearly being in the mob.
Wingman just died.
How about him taking one for his brother, realizing what was going on, and being like, "Yep."
His wife spits on his grave.
Yeah, but the fact that he's like, "Yeah, I got cancer. You can kill me," that was him protecting his brother because he knew they got the names mixed up.
I was pretty confused about something at the very beginning. See, this is why I watched it a second time, and there were still some questions I didn't get answered. The opening scene shows them grab a guy, pull him into a van, like beat him up, put drugs into him, and then he drives out of he like falls out of the van, and then
that was Dexter, Dante.
There was 2 people in the van that they had,
and so they killed them by overdosing them.
Yes,
they killed one of them, Liam Neeson's son, and they were going to kill the other one, but he got out and ran, and that's who shows up in Liam Neeson's garage when he's about to commit suicide.
But why did they kill them? They were supposed to like drive
because they stole coke.
Yeah.
out of a bag. It was one package, right?
Yeah.
So his son was actually, or his son wasn't a drug dealer. They shot him up. Okay.
Dante got involved. He was supposed to load the packages on the plane or whatever. And Nick or Kyle was he was working that day. He was one of the, and they just assumed as their friends that they were like working together. He had nothing to do with it.
The first time I watched this, I didn't give it good enough paying attention because I thought it was like, that's a revenge movie. I'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. But then they jumped into it so fast that I picked up on it, but I still missed that part. And when I went back and watched it, I was still kind of confused. Like, why did they?
No, they don't do a good job explaining it in the movie.
And the screener we had was a little bit dark and choppy, so I think you might have missed something in that too.
Yeah. Do we have anything else that we need to?
What do you think about the wife bailing so quickly and without like any much of a fight? I mean, I understand in real life that's probably exactly what happens. You lose a kid and marriage falls apart.
If I was to rewrite this, I think, and this may sound like sexist, I guess, I think they were like, we need female characters in the movie because, Hollywood's going to rip us apart. Because the wife and Emmy Rossum's character didn't need to be in this movie. He could have been a single father, or, she could have died, and then it would have been one less character. She brought nothing to the plot that was different. Like, if they were about to have a fight, like, where the fuck have you been? At one point, he even asked her, he's like, don't you care where I've been? And she was like, no. And then there was another scene, she's like, what did you talk about in your golfing trips? And she brought nothing to forward the plot, or hunting trips.
No, I felt like it was a waste of Laura Dern, because she's a decent actress. She could have brought something to the movie.
I like Laura Dern.
Yeah, and they just wasted her.
They made her more powerful in her. Just like if they had to have her in there, just like engage her with Liam Neeson more.
Nope, she just leaves with a card with nothing written in it.
That was a badass move.
I like Emmy Rossum too.
Oh, no, Dave. Leaving a note and then you open the note and there's nothing there. That's such a fuck you. I love that move. Such a good move.
That's how my girlfriend's family gives birthday cards or any type of card. They just buy a Hallmark card and don't sign it so that you can then reuse it for someone else. It's like a gift within the gift.
Wow.
I like it.
That's so weird.
I like that. I feel like if your marriage falls apart and you're not going to confront the person to their face, you write a note.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny the fact you didn't. I laughed out loud.
No, it was just stupid.
I just take him out of the movie. Like, I think they just shoehorned some female characters into this. Viking's wife, she had more of like a say in stuff, I guess.
Yep.
And at the end, she grabbed him by the balls and like emasculated him in front of all of his hoodlums or whatever. But Emmy Rossum and the police, I'd scrap that. I'd take the wife out, just make him a widower or whatever. I don't even know.
Wow, Jimmy. In 2019, you're talking about removing every female from a movie. That's interesting.
See, like this is why they did it. Make one of the mobsters a female. You don't have to remove all the females from the movie. Make an important character a female. They gave him unimportant character.
Or you know what you do? You make his wife a police officer, and she's the one investigating it.
Yeah, that would be better.
Much better. That's like it immediately improves it.
Yeah, it's a good call, Dave.
Good job, Dave.
Adds a whole new element to it.
Yeah, that movie could have been okay instead of this trash.
It's not trash.
I think if you want to go watch a Taken-esque movie, it's not as good as Taken, clearly. But I think you're not going to be dissatisfied.
Critically, no, this is not as good. But, I mean, entertainment-wise, this one is pretty tops.
Yeah. Let's get into our ratings then, all right?
All right.
I actually did something I haven't done in a while. I have my popcorn set. But for my critical, I gave myself a range, and I was going to see where, after this conversation, where it fell.
Okay.
So I'll go first, and we'll do popcorns first.
Okay. Go for it.
I gave this a 4.5 popcorns.
Really?
That's so high.
Oh, but no, Dave, it's not, because I also gave it 4.5 popcorns.
Ooh, I gave it a 1.
See, the old rule we have is if there's 2 matching popcorns,
Well, now that we have a thing, we don't do that.
Oh, I don't think we're changing rules.
Calculates it. Aren't we going off our official sheet?
I don't think we're changing rules.
1 seems pretty low, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
To be fair, when I wrote it down, I have it written down. I have 2, but then you guys reminded me how much I hated this movie, so I lowered it.
Dave, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you need to just relax a bit with these movies. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a popcorn movie. Dave, how many other 1s have you given out?
I don't think so.
I like this.
Not a lot. Maybe 2.
Because, okay, so you gave Mother 0, 15-7 Paris a 0, How It Ends 0.5, Cold Pursuit 1, and then you have The Snowman, Kindergarten Teacher, and Mudbound.
Wow.
That seems low, Dave.
That seems extremely hard.
Were you in a bad mood when you watched this?
No, I walked out of the theater in a good mood because the entire theater was making fun of the movie and yelling things out and it was like when you go to see a bad movie and the whole theater is mocking it. That's I had a good theater going experience, but it was in spite of the movie, not because of it.
All right, so the average out is to a 3.3 popcorns. I think that we can all agree to make it an official 3.5.
That's fine.
Okay, I guess we're not doing the old rules anymore.
Now that we have the official spreadsheet, which I can put this on the website.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's an awesome thing to put on.
Yeah. We need to get their emails though. Yes.
Yeah, but we can do that. We can put
that's separate
mail letter and then see our reviews.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's go into critical score. Do you guys want to know my range, or do you want to know my final?
No, your range.
Want to know the full thought process?
I want to know the final, and then tell us the. Yeah, just.
All right, my range was from 68 to 72.
Oof,
all range.
Nope.
Well, that was the range. That was the range. All right, that was the range. After talking, it's a 68. Nothing got bumped. Because we talked about, and there's just more problems came up. So it's just staying at the
we could have gone into way more.
But we all did agree, and Dave was leading this charge, that we've been too harsh on movies in the past.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think 68's fine. It's for what it is, it's pretty entertaining and good.
Yeah, I think we are extremely harsh in this movie by calling it a 3 popcorn movie.
And I think there were some brave choices, to insert that weird humor, shooting the inflatable. That was.
Well, this is apparently a shot-for-shot remake of some European film.
Same exact director did it, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, but I meant so that's why it had those weird flourishes. It's more like an indie European film because
Yeah,
that's,
but I
like,
but
their
that,
style of films are
that
different.
goes into style and tone and critical score, and I thought that they made me laugh, and they gave it a much different vibe than any other revenge action movie I've seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I was giving it a decent enough score, 68. Don?
Walking away from it, I was thinking, I was like, wow, this is like a mid-'80s movie because I'm. Oh no, I caught myself. Don't worry. But I sat down, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go look at my my list of ratings because I need to make sure I'm in line with everything else. I'm like, well, I can't place this higher than Tully. I can't play, So I'm adjusting it to be a 71 because it has problems. We know that, but it had a lot of good things. I thought it had a lot of good parts about it. So 71 it is.
Dave hits us with a 15.
No, it wasn't quite that low. You guys can there are more things to give merit to in this movie than I was thinking going into this, so I'm raising my score.
Oh, that's nice.
Wonderful.
But I never want to watch this again. It's not great. I'm gonna give it a 42.
Jesus Christ. Can you imagine if I didn't make this episode?
No, Sheehan.
What?
That averages us out to a 60.3, which I think is fine.
That's perfectly fine for this movie.
I feel it's a little low, but that's all right.
I don't think it's damaged. I don't think it's damaging.
I think I'm more upset over.
Originally had a 28.
I'm more upset over the popcorns, but this is okay. So we're calling it.
Yeah, the popcorn is more. Yeah, the popcorn is more crazy. I expected you to say 2.
No, well, that's what I originally had until you kept reminding me of things I hated in this movie.
Well, see, Dave, you make the popcorn score based on what you already know. So the fact that we are affirming what you already know does not compound against that. You understand?
No, because I write down my scores like a couple days later, so I forget some things.
But you took into account these things that we're telling you. You realize them, and just because we're repeating them does not add them to your score.
No, it does. How I make my score, it does.
That makes you a dumb person.
Okay, you're just mad.
I'm just saying that your logic doesn't make sense.
So you're saying we should go with my original popcorn, but also my original critical? Which
no. I fully agree with Sheehan on this one. That the popcorn is when the movie wraps. Where are you at? Because it's watching it. The critical, that's what you ponder and think. Because you did this on another one too. And I was like, what are you talking about? You did it on Buster Scruggs, where you lowered your popcorn on the first one because it didn't match the tone of the last 4. And I was like, what are you talking about? That's not how that works. So it's just a different way we grade.
Yeah, it's just a different way. And I gave it a 1.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So that lands it. We have a couple things. We want to do, give us the Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes. What do you guys want first, critical or audience?
Well, we kind of did this on Headliners last Friday.
Bit.
But critical was high then, but more reviews probably came in. I can see why the critics are higher than the audience because it is a little brave in its choices for a revenge movie. Yeah. So I don't know, like a high 60s for critical.
I would say criticals are like above a 70.
It is at 70%.
Nice. And then audience is what, like 45?
No,
59.
Okay.
59.
That's fine by me.
Which is about like equal around our score.
Yeah. I'm gonna drink some spiked hot chocolate with this. What do you guys drink?
That's good.
I was gonna go with a snow cone.
Oh, that's good.
I was gonna go with like a mulled wine.
Mulled wine? What is that?
Molded wine.
Mulled wine. It's
mulled.
Like warm. Yeah, mulled. Yeah.
Okay. MULLED.
Yes.
Good.
Oh, okay. Not moldy.
Yeah, not
moldy.
Like no, I have mush mouth today.
Okay. And
I have a question for y'all.
Yes.
If Ben Affleck was in this movie, who would he play?
Gotta be bad guy. He's gotta be Viking, right?
He could have made a better Viking.
He would have been a great Viking.
Or his brother, maybe?
I think he could have been good in Liam Neeson's role.
Yeah, Liam Neeson doesn't actually do much for me.
In this one?
Yeah. Like, I wasn't like, oh, it's a good Liam Neeson movie.
No, but he didn't do anything wrong either.
He didn't do much. He just kind of talked and walked.
True. Yeah. I was more interested in the mob aspect. It's funny now that you bring it up. Viking felt like more the main character.
It was so bad. He should have won a Razzie.
Yeah, absolutely should.
I wanted to show you where this falls in our official Six Pack Cinema catalog of ratings. Pretty interesting. This is right above it is The Man Who Killed Bigfoot, Man Who Killed Hitler, and then the Bigfoot.
Great movie.
See, so that one we gave a 61, and this one has a 60, and that one we gave 4 popcorns, and this has 3.5. So pretty similar.
Yeah, Dave.
Strong disagree there.
Jurassic World is right underneath it.
We may have been too easy on Jurassic World then.
And Lego Movie is also in the
range. Yep.
Not a big range for us. The low 60s. Only 3 movies in the low 60s.
Yeah.
Happy Time Murders has a 58.
Fair.
All right.
Very fair.
Well, thank you guys for listening and joining us. That ends this episode of Six Pack Cinema. That was our official review of Cold Pursuit. Body count of 25. I counted because they put all the dead bodies on the screen for us. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed it, go check out. We have a whole catalog full of 70 other movies, some TV series. Go check those out. Every Friday, we do a Hollywood Headliners show. So there's a lot to listen to if you enjoy movies and our reviews. Is that it? Follow us on Twitter, Six Pack Cinema, Facebook, Six Pack Cinema, Instagram, Six Pack Cinema. Thanks, guys. Have a good rest of your day.
Friday.